Hello everyone, I am Karthike and I'm excited to present our work on from goals, waypoints and paths to long-term human trajectory forecasting. Let us first clearly define the problem. Given the RGB scene image and the location of all the pedestrians in the scene for the past few seconds, we aim to forecast multimodal future trajectories for all the pedestrians for up to a minute in future. Note that this prediction future horizon is up to 10x longer than the horizons considered in prior works. Long-term trajectory prediction has critical applications in systems that are required to operate in human-rich environments such as autonomous vehicles, socially compliant robots, and small delivery bots, and is important to impart them with an overall sense of collision avoidance, path planning, and overall sense of social intelligence. The key idea of this work is to factorize the overall complexity of long-term predictions into its epistemic and aleatoric factors. We model the epistemic uncertainty by the goal distribution of the agent. Given the RGB scene image and the past trajectory data, we first predict the distribution of future goals of the pedestrian. Next, for each sampled goal, we model the aleatoric uncertainty by the distribution of waypoints leading to that goal. Then, conditioned on a sample waypoint and the prior sampled goal, we generate the trajectory distribution. Both the epistemic and the aleatoric uncertainties are then combined to produce rich, multimodal, and diverse future trajectory predictions. This idea is instantiated in form of YNet. For the sake of time, I would not delve too deeply into the architecture and refer the interested listener to the paper and the open source code for further details. We benchmark the performance of the YNet architecture using the average displacement error and the final displacement error metric. Put simply, ADE is the average L2 error between the predicted future trajectory and the ground truth observed trajectory. Similarly, FDE is the L2 error between the predicted future trajectory location and the final location of the ground truth trajectory. We benchmark the performance of the YNet architecture across a variety of settings and benchmarks. Let us first look at the Stanford drone benchmark for the short-term prediction setting of 3.2 seconds input and 4.8 seconds output. We benchmark across a variety of baselines such as SocialGAN, P2TIRL, and SIMOG. Also, we compare against previous state-of-the-art PECnet on the short-term prediction setting. Also, we compare against concurrent works such as LBABM. We notice that YNet is able to improve the performance even against concurrent works by a significant margin of 13% on ADE and over 31% on the FDE metric. We also benchmark YNet's performance on the short-term trajectory prediction task on the ETH-UCY benchmark. Here, we compare against baselines such as PECnet and Trajectron++, concurrent work such as LBEBM, Introvert, and AgentFormer. Across all the scenes and across all the baselines, we notice that YNet can significantly improve performance both on the ADE and the FDE metrics. We also benchmark the performance of the YNet architecture on the long-term prediction setting. Here, we benchmark first on the Stanford drone dataset for 5-second input and 30 seconds output. We compare against the classic work of SocialGAN, the PECnet architecture, which is the state-of-the-art for short-term prediction. And we notice that YNet is able to improve performance by a significant margin. Similarly, we compare against SocialGAN and PECnet and see similar results on both the ADE and the FDE metrics. Finally, let us look at the plot of prediction error against future time horizon. First, we use PECnet, the state-of-the-art architecture for short-term prediction, to recurrently predict for long-term. Here, we notice that the overall prediction error blows up because of sequential drift in forecasting. Next, we train the same architecture for varying time horizons. Here, we see a more reasonable error behavior. Finally, we train YNet under similar settings. We observe that YNet improves performance on both the ADE and the FDE metric, not only on the short-term prediction task, but also for prediction horizons all the way up to a minute in future. This demonstrates the power of factorizing the overall uncertainty into its epistemic and aleatoric factors. Now, we show the qualitative visualizations of the predicted trajectories. Given the input and the scene image, YNet is able to maintain very reasonable distributions over the future goal and the predicted trajectory to produce rich, diverse, and multimodal trajectory outputs. Also, here we visualize the prediction process in form of a GIF. Given the input, YNet is able to predict diverse trajectories for up to 30 seconds into the future, all the while maintaining very reasonable belief distributions on the intermediate waypoint, goals, and paths. Thank you for your interest in our work. For more ablations, the open source code, and the pre-trained model, please use this QR code or simply visit our project homepage.